Tactical sunglasses. We are 1,000,000% Greyman right now. What do you guys think? This is the Greyman video. We are going to actually do a Greyman Bugout bag. I got it together for you guys. Now, before I start the video, I want to explain a few things that happened in the other video. So, what is Greyman, right? So many people get confused over this. Oh, you got a molly bag, you're going to be the first one to get taken out, you're a target, blah, blah, blah. You know what makes me a target? This. This makes me a target. The way I just acted, that makes me a target. The way you present yourself, okay? True Greyman is manipulating other people into believing you are someone you're not. It doesn't matter what type of bag you have on, as long as you have the proper attire. Now, I'm not going to change my shirt because I know it triggers you guys, and you know, not you guys as far as like my hardcore subscribers. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people that are going to come in here and go, Greyman, what do you mean Greyman? You got a gun on your shirt. I know it triggers these people, and that's what I'm trying to do. Weed them out so I can ban them. Anyways, Wrangler Star taught me that. If you want to be Greyman, let's just talk about that real quick. There's some things you could do. So wear just simple clothing, okay? Understand where you're from. I'm from Philadelphia. There's a wide range of styles out here. It honestly isn't going to matter what you're wearing. Now, would I wear this in a bug out situation? I wouldn't even wear this on a regular day. This is a channel shirt. You know, this is for this channel. This isn't something I would ever wear. Maybe to the range, maybe for photos. This isn't something I would wear going shopping at Walmart. It's just a little too much for me. Now, maybe though, it is pretty sick, right? So, this is from, I don't know if he has any more, but this is from Demolition Ranch. So, go check it out if he has any. But, if you want to Greyman, a simple jean jacket, a simple vest like this with a flannel, and you know, act the part. You gotta act the part. You gotta be someone who really just doesn't know. Like you gotta pretend like you don't know shit about anything, and you can't be this tactical. Like you see these guys with bug out bags and they have nothing but rifle mags hanging out off their backpack, and that's not a bug out bag. That's a going to war bag. Big difference. So let's talk about if I had an outfit like that on and I had this bag. Do you guys honestly think that would make a difference in a bug out situation in a city where there may be 10,000 people with that bag here? I mean, it just honestly doesn't matter. But for the sake of the video and for the sake of my sanity to calm you guys down, I'm gonna here's a bag that I put together by Cannae progear, and this is just a real simple plain Jane bag, but it does have molly. You just can't see it. So this is my fast and light kit, and it's going to be my new, this is going to be my new bug out bag because I actually really like it. It's cheap, it's budget, it doesn't look like anything crazy or spectacular, and it wears nice, and it's only about 60 bucks. So this is a quick, fast, light backpack, and they have it in different colors, right? But I think what makes this bag what it is, as far as Greyman, or you know, non-tactical looking, is the color. If it was the green one like this color, I think it just wouldn't work as well. This blue color just makes it look untactical, right? So that's what we're kind of after in this video. But honestly, you got to play the part. You know, you got to be someone who's kind of scared and nervous and doesn't know much about anything. You can't be walking around with rifles. Now, in a situation where you would actually need this, in a bug out situation, would literally be a war outside. Other than that, you're not going to walk around with an AR-15. I'm sorry, you're not. If you're going through military checkpoints, you're not even going to have a standard Glock. You're going to have a tough time even getting a knife through. So I do have options for you guys, and we're going to talk about that. True Greyman is blending into your environment, yes, but it's also, like I said, manipulating others into believing you're someone you're not. That's what a Greyman does. Now, you can be wearing anything, you know. Out here, there's a lot of people that wear camo on a regular basis, a lot of homeless people. And, you know, you might have to be dressed like a homeless person. But there's so many styles out here. There's hipsters, there's office people, there's fashion guys. There's guys like me who are just like, I just consider myself an average dressing guy. I wear clothes that fit. You know, sometimes I wear gun shirts and stuff like that, but like not normally. I am into fashion, so I do like to dress nice. I don't wear express or things that you see at the mall like everybody has. I like to go searching. I find things that, you know, I like to put together my own kind of deal. So, but a lot of people do that here, so it honestly doesn't really matter what you have on, because there's going to be a lot of different people wearing whatever. So you don't really necessarily have to change even who you are. You just have to know the situation and know it well, and not think about it too much about the bag and all this stuff. In a situation where you wouldn't be able to have weapons on you, and you're going to have to know that situation. There may be a war zone outside, in which case then, you know, grab your rifle and go full steam ahead. But that situation is so unlikely to happen. Like, I just wish people would understand that. You don't need a bunch of rifle mags. You don't need all that stuff. You're not going to need that unless there's literally a war outside. Now, I'm not saying not to have it and be prepared. The more likely situation that's going to happen is military checkpoints, and you want to get out of town because you want to go somewhere, but you're trapped, and you want a weapon to be safe. And how are you going to do that, right? One thing you can have is something like this. This is a completely untraceable knife. Not by metal detectors, not by fingerprints. It's called a ghost knife. Alright? This is a ceramic blade, and this grip is this rubber grip. It can't be fingerprint tested, and it's a simple knife that'll do the trick. And you can put it around your neck. You can tape it to your arm. You can do whatever way that it's not going to be traceable by any kind of metal detectors. So this is something that 100% should go in every single bug out bag. Simple self-defense weapons such as keys. This just looks like a keys, looks like just a bottle opener, multi-tool. But what it really is a get the F off me or I'm going to crack your rib and break your jaw device. And I would probably take this off my keys and just put it in my pocket maybe. Or just probably maybe leave it on your keys because it looks less threatening on keys like that, right? But somebody who knows what they're looking at is going to go, If you look like a cop or you look like law enforcement, you look like military, you look like EMT, you look like somebody play that role, you're going to get by with something like this, and you might even get by with a gun if you're good enough. Alright, so a gun for the situation, if you can, would be my Glock 43. Now, having a well-rounded EDC is obviously part of this. This is my EDC kit. I talk about it in every video just about. I'm not going to get too crazy into it, but right now I have my personal protection stuff. N95 mask, wet wipes, tourniquets, bandanas. Here's the wet wipes, hand sanitizer, Glock 43, alright, which would probably be on me, and my go-to knife, which is the Bradford. Alright, a good fixed blade knife. Now, we're not going to have the big boy knife, because remember, this is a fast and light EDC Greyman kit. We don't need big knives. We don't need stuff hanging off here in pots and pans and all kinds of other crap. We need our water and we need a pack, and that's it. This is a simple bag, guys. I'm not trying to be getting in like you get into these guys in the comments about, oh, you need magazines, you need this, you need that. There is one thing you won't find in here, and that's toilet paper. Somebody said it in the other comments, but I do have the tablets. They're just not here yet, but they are coming, so don't even say it. I don't want to hear in the comments, I forgot toilet paper. I did not, it's just not here yet. But anyway, a good fixed blade knife. I'm not going to carry this in this situation. Okay, this is fast and light EDC. Or, this is fast and light bug out, okay? This is not long extended stay in the middle of nowhere, which is what this knife would be for. This is get to where I'm going, and this will get me there. Alright, simple fixed blade EDC knife. This is probably more or less the bag you're gonna use. You know, if it's the long term bag, like this is the bag I use when I plan on coming home in 3 days. You know, I just want to get out for a little while, bug the heck out, get out of town. Shit's going crazy. Maybe I need to go to my undisclosed location for a week or two. This will get me there. Okay. Now, once I get there, I have to survive off where I'm at. But that's another story, but I can do that with everything in here. Long-term bag is different. If I'm bugging out for a long-term, this bag is going to be set up completely different. Then I'm bringing this, then I'm bringing all these other things. Personal protection before we get into the bag, super important right now. I rock, well, this will be my main mask. This is a full half face respirator, and you can't get these right now. I've just had this stuff for years. I've prepared for this stuff for years, and you guys should have did the same. Some extra bandanas, some other masks. This is all stuff that I have just in my EDC, because you can't go into stores right now without a mask. So in a bug out situation, having a mask is going to be really important, because you don't want to get sick. Eye protection, really important. Eye protection. You can wear the mask all you want. If you're asymptomatic, that's what's going to help. But and you don't know you're sick, wearing a mask helps. But if you're trying not to get sick, having a bandana and no glasses, you're just going to get in your eyes. So eye protection, really important. Whether it's those Magpul ones I had on in the beginning of the video, which are these, or just regular safety glasses or whatever. Another thing, hiking shoes. A good pair of hiking shoes. You're going to be doing a lot of walking, guys. Either the Basque, I don't know how to say it. Somebody's going to correct me in the comments. Again, this is kind of like a duplicate of the video. It's just set up a little bit better and a little bit different. So, you know, hey, this stuff's real popular now, so I'm going to make the content on it. Anyway, hiking shoes. You're going to be doing a lot of walking. So, other than that, I think that's pretty much it for personal protection stuff and weapons, other than the fact that maybe a good flashlight on you, which I have a Phoenix LD30. Alright, this is my new EDC light. It's a super sick light. A well-rounded EDC is going to be real important, guys, because you're already a step ahead of the game with a well-rounded EDC. Because I'm going to have my multi-tool here. Alright, that's a Leatherman, a pen, which is going to have your Right in the Rain filler in there and all that stuff. So, a good pen. And my extra magazine for my Glock 43 in a Neomag pocket clip holder. So, you know, I'm pretty set up for my EDC. So I don't really have to worry about anything. If I have to bug out, I'm changing my shoes, maybe throwing on a hoodie from here, or maybe just throwing the hoodie from here in the bag. I'm not bringing this. I'm not worried about going through lakes and big things like that. This is quick, fast, light. Get to where I'm going, and let's do it. Let me throw this bag on, and I'll show you guys what it looks like on. This is the Cannae progear Sriracha, something like that. I don't know. I'll leave it in the description so you guys can check that out. This bag, it's made out of a cordage. It's a cheap bag, so you're not going to get a whole lot out of it. So keep that in mind when we're going over this video. It does have the whistle, which is terrible. Maybe not too bad, but the straps are really thin. It's not a super awesome bag, right? It's cheap. It's budget. I think a lot of you guys may like this for a beginner hiking bag setup. It's not tactical looking, it's really plain Jane looking, and I think it's going to meet a lot of you guys' needs who've been complaining about the whole Molly thing and be Greyman. You can pull Greyman off if you're real good at manipulating people, alright? Some of you may be better than others, you know, so don't take it too much don't let it clog your brain up too much about the bag thing, alright? That's all I'm saying. Alright, so we got the Greyman concept down. I think I got it through to you guys, what I believe it to be at least, and what it actually is. It's just one of those things where I think a lot of people get confused by mainstream, just people what they talk about. You know, Greyman, it's one of those things where it's an environmental situation. So if you're in Florida, wear beach stuff. If you're in a place like this where there's a lot of different styles, it almost doesn't matter. There's a lot of people here, a lot of different bags. Just don't be running around with an AR-15 thinking that, you know, you're G.I. Joe when people are just trying to, you know, get out of town. It's just, I know you can pack up the rifle and put it in the bag and do all that stuff, but like the chances that you actually needed to shoot someone and do that, you're almost talking about Hollywood fictional stuff here, guys. This martial law thing, that's a war zone outside. That's different. That's when you need that, okay? We're not talking about that in this situation. Maybe in a different video we talk about Warzone bug out bag, but like, have I been to war? No, I have no idea what that's like. A lot of you have no idea what that's like. There's trained soldiers and Marines that can't even pull the trigger against another human being. So keep that in mind. You think it's so easy, but like, keep that kind of stuff in mind. You think it's so easy, and you're just going to go out there and run and gun down everybody who's in your way. You got another thing coming to you. You just need to wake up and really evaluate how realistic that situation is, and chances are you're probably going to die anyway. So let's get into the bag. First things first, what we're going to talk about is what you build your bag off of. I talked about this in the other video, but we're going to say it again. Water, fire, breathing, and for me it's tools. Alright, so you're going to need a few tools in the city. It's just how it is, right? So first things first, tools. This bag doesn't look like much from the outside, but when you unbuckle it, you will start to see some of that stuff hanging off and whatever. But I just really like how you can do that. I don't have to have that on there. I just wanted to show you guys that that's an option, and no one would know the difference. So it's pretty cool that it does that. So for me, tools, it's real simple. The bolt cutters, all right? I'm going to keep these in my bug out bag in the city. Now somebody said, oh, somebody's going to see you cutting through fences and they're going to shoot you. This is, you don't understand about where I live. This is the city of Philadelphia. There's fences everywhere through the railroad, through different alleys, through different, you know, I'm not talking about cutting through somebody's backyard with bolt cutters. Like people just like to come up with the stupidest thing. You're going to need something like this just to cut through. Maybe there's a fence in the way, and you know, you're not going to have time to recon, to go around and all this other crap. You just cut the damn thing and go, right? That's what we're doing here. So a pair of Nipex, whatever you want to call them, bolt cutters, awesome. We left out the channel locks or the Cobra pliers or whatever you want to say. All I need is those, I think, for the fast and light kit. On the other side of this, we're just going to go into the back panels first. Right in this slot, actually, is where I got a little bit more personal protection stuff. So bandanas, a couple more bandanas. These are 100% cotton, really good. And then I have a good pair of leather gloves. Definitely going to need those. And then a nice hat, knit hat. This is from 1620 Workwear. This is a really warm hat because it does get cold at night. And then I got my cook set, and that's just in there, but we'll talk about that when we get to the cooking set. And that just goes in there flat, so that's why I have that in there. Now, in the other part where the water bladder would go, I keep this. This is really good, like SOE blanket. You can do a lot of different things with this. And I know somebody said, oh, thing's a piece of crap. No, it isn't. This is a really good one. It opens up wide. You can do a bunch of different things. I don't have a sleep system in this. There's shelter, and there's something to keep me warm. And that's all I need in the fast and light kit. So I don't know how many times I'm going to have to say that, but this is a fast and light kit. That's it. 2 days max, that's all. That's pretty much what we got. So we'll go to the outside. I have a Grail water filtration thing. This is my main one I'm going to use because all I'm going to have to do is either fill this up and with lake water or river water or an industrial building, put it through here. Oh, I got to take the lid off. And press it through, and it filters the water, and it's awesome. Then fill up my Nalgene bottle with that. Alright, so that's my water right there. We were talking about tools, so I would consider these tools, though. I just wanted to get the water things out of the way. So this is the Eton Scorpion crank radio. This thing, I have it mollied to the back. I'm not sure if... I'm actually looking for something that's a little smaller, but we'll see. But this is a crank radio, and what's cool about this, it's always going to have a source of light, and it'll always have a source of light, and which is really important. Solar powered, you're going to need to hear what's going on. So Eton Scorpion 2, really good. That's always going to be in my bug out bag. A Mura knife. This is just a backup cook knife. I may or may not have this on there. I don't know. We'll see. I just put it on there to show you guys, but it wasn't in the way. It's bright orange, so if I drop it, you can see it. Mura knives are cheap. These things are like 15 bucks, made in Sweden, but they're great. They're actually really, really good knives. Most of you know that, right? This bag actually came with one for free. This is the one the bag came with, which is pretty cool. So, black Mura knife, but why I have bright orange, just in case I drop it, it's easier to see. This is not super tactical out. This is practical Greyman bag, right? And there's your molly that's hidden. Okay, so we're good there. And this thing opens up really nicely too, nice and wide. You can get stuff in there. We'll get into that in a second. The front pouch, and it's Velcro. So keep in mind, guys, this is a $60 backpack. It's gonna have Velcro. We have the power bank. That's gonna be for my cell phone. That's a Dark Energy. This thing's waterproof and bulletproof and all kinds of stuff. It's like $100 and something, so we're not gonna shoot it and find out if it's bulletproof, but it'll charge my cell phone, Android, and an iPhone with the switchy plug. Got a little carabiner, so pretty neat. Then I just have my Right in the Rain notepad book, really important. You guys already seen the pens for it, but I do have an extra Sharpie and the Right in the Rain pen in there. I don't know, it's in there somewhere. Then we got a Sunto compass, super important for the finding your way around when GPS goes down, and then a headlamp, just a real simple headlamp, no big deal. And this is my Motrin, ibuprofen, Tylenol, Advil, alcohol wipes, just a bunch of different little medications maybe to help people out, all that kind of stuff. I don't usually take this kind of stuff, but you really never know. It doesn't take up much room, so I packed that in there. Here's the other pen too, by the way. This is the Fisher Space Pen. Goes to a full size, but it's the little bullet one. Really cool pen. That was it for this. The rest of that part of that is in here, and that's the map kit. So my maps are right here, Philadelphia and Pennsylvania. I know where I'm going, so my locations are on there. I'd probably just take one look at it and burn these, and that'd be the end of it. Because I know somebody said, oh, your locations are going to give away your stash points. Nobody's going to be able to figure out what I got going on here, believe me. I can barely figure it out. What's really cool about this bag is the other side is a quick opening. So in the quick opening, you're going to be able to get right to my trauma kit. We're not going to go fully crazy into this, but just know it's a badass Mustang. I know who that is actually. That's a buddy of mine. That car's got like 800 horsepower. Anyway, damn, listen to that thing. Illegal street racers. Anyway, super bad. This is a really nice trauma kit. It's got the tourniquet, it's got chest seals inside here, it's got Israeli bandages, the nasal pit, it's got it all. This is a full-blown trauma kit. You know, this is not your Band-Aid boo-boo kit type deal. So this is a medical shears on the side here. And train yourself medical, really important. So that's a quick access to medical right there, and anything else I may need in that part of the bag. In this pouch, I just keep some N95 masks and wet wipes, and that's it for that pouch right there. Just more personal protection stuff. You're gonna need that kind of stuff in this situation. You're not gonna have enough of those masks. So now into the toolkit. We already talked about the pliers. I slimmed this down a little bit. Little hash real quick. You can put some money, stash it inside there. A little bit of cash. Maybe you need more, maybe not, but there's a 20 in there, and nobody's gonna know the difference. In here, you're gonna have a lighter, and this is a Maxpedition Daily Essentials pouch. Lighter with real duct tape, not the knockoff stuff. A Silcock key and a razor blade. This is a Giltech Ruck. A nice razor is going to help for cutting things, obviously, if you don't want to use your knife. And that's pretty much it for that, just an extra pen in there. In the front part of this, here's where we got a bunch of goodies. Alright, we got an extra flashlight, AAA, and the extra batteries in here with some Gorilla Tape. Just 2 or 3 of them, no big deal. The Leatherman Surge multi-tool, just in case for whatever reason I wasn't able to get my EDC little kit here. I'm always going to have a good multi-tool. Crowbar. And then just a real simple, real quick couple of things for knife sharpening. You know, this is the Victorinox. This is a brass, I believe this one is an Easy Lap knife sharpener. The Easy Lap, what's this one called? Oh, Easy Lap diamond sharpener. We'll do a video on this. And then the Falk Never little flat guy here, and that's what I use to sharpen my knives mainly. Other than that, inside here, just an extra spare knife, just a cheapy Kershaw, no big deal. Another lighter and some lock picking stuff right here, all lock picking and a lighter. And that's it for the tools. So now we can just get into the rest of the bag. First up, bunch of this is only, like I said, max 2 days. So we got our food. Alright, we got some ice cream sandwiches. These have 350 calories. Yeah, oh, 150. So 150 each, not bad. Little snacks, and then my meal is scrambled eggs. Not bad. I also do have, maybe I'll change my mind and throw the bigger one in there, and that's the breakfast hash. I'm gonna take these out of here and vacuum seal them into a smaller bag so they're more compact. Just haven't done it yet, but the only other thing I have for food is RMEs and some fire tinder in there just in case. and these are like 400 calories a bar or something. These are really dense, heavy. So that's it for food, nothing crazy. Fire kit, really important fire kit. Maxpedition little pouch. You got your fire striker, a lighter, British lifeboat matches, Vaseline mixing cotton balls. Your fire kit is really important, so you can cook, you can boil water, you can do things like that. More water filtration. This is going to be my main kit here. This is the Survivor filter. Awesome filtration kit, and then aqua tablets. And like I said in the beginning of the video, the only other thing missing out of that part of the bag is the toilet paper tablets. I don't have them yet. A schmog, never can go wrong without those. An extra trauma kit that always stays in the bag. So this one is always in my truck. Maybe for some odd reason I couldn't get to my truck and I left that in there. This is always in the bag. This has some chest seals, a couple tourniquets, no big deal. Not as crazy intense as this one, but I am building a separate one just for this bag. But this is what I have for now, and it'll always stay in there. A saw. May need this to cut through wood and make wood. It doesn't take up much room. It's really light. And once I get to where I'm going to need this. So that's why I have that in there. My only source of sleep shelter is a really good tarp by Red Camp. This is an awesome tarp. It's ripstop nylon. It isn't going to fall apart and get all dry rotted and nasty. It's a really good tarp, and make sure you get one of those. I think this thing is like 12 by 8 or something like that, but that's by Red Camp if you want to look that up on Amazon. Good tarp. I'll do a video on that soon. All this stuff we'll do a video on. My rain gear. This is not my go-to rain jacket. My go-to is always going to be this red one by North Face because it's really warm as well, but I think it's a little bit too bright. I want to get the black one. But this one folds up compact. It's just a cheapy one you get at Dick's. I forget what it's called. But raincoat. And then the only other thing in this bag is the rope. Extra stuff for storm. And the survival cord, which somebody says it's gimmicky. That stupid junky prepper stuff. It's actually really awesome, and if you don't like it, then don't buy it. But, you know, you have the different power cord in there. So you don't just use this whole orange piece. You use all the little individual strands. And it has, I opened it up in the other video, do it for this one too, but it has in there fire tinder, which is in itself worth gold. Its weight in gold. It's got the fire tinder. So this thing is just great. You got your fire tinder, fishing string, snare trap wire. It's just awesome. And then you got your individual strands. This stuff is awesome. And if you don't like it and you think it's gimmicky prepper stuff, and then you know what? Don't buy it. I like it. I think it's awesome. So other than that, that's pretty much it for this bag. Like I said, this is about as Greyman as you're going to get it as far as a backpack goes. The only other thing that I didn't show in the other video, like I am going to do in this one, is for my dog. So for Storm, she has the Ezydog Summit backpack. I'm not carrying her stuff. She's going to carry her own gear. And the way Storm is packed out, her own water and medical stuff. She's got a Sawyer filter, her own trauma kit for dogs, a white towel for her to dry her off or whatever. It's a nice little absorbent towel for Storm. And on the other side is going to be her food. The 2-day supply right here. It's all she needs. Maybe some treats we'll throw in there. And then her folding water dish. Bang. And that's how Storm is gonna travel. The only other thing I didn't talk about is from the beginning of the video is the cook set. So I'm not gonna unfold this thing, but this is the Summit, or this is the, what is this one? The Emberlit stove. This is a folding stove, and then you have the folding bear bowl, and there's your way to cook and boil water. So if you need to boil water and dump it into your freeze-dried bag, that's all you need to do, and there's your meal right there. So that's pretty much it, guys, as far as the bag goes. I know I'm probably forgetting something. I'll go back and edit the video and be like, damn it, I forgot this or whatever. So yeah, it's a little overwhelming when you get messages about the whole Greyman thing, and a lot of people get confused about it, but guys, straight up, honestly, it really just doesn't matter about the bag. Because you got to understand, like, so many people have these tactical bags now, and you know, so many people wear camouflage shorts, and you know, so many people are gonna be. It's just, there's just so many people. You know, there's so many people. You're gonna really have to stand out. The only way you're gonna not look Greyman is when you're literally standing there with plate carriers and AR-15 magazines hanging all off you. Where did you see one AR-15 magazine in this whole entire system? Nowhere. The only reason that this bug out bag would consist of this is if there's literally a war zone outside, and the likelihood of that happen is about a snowball chance in hell. The likelihood of you surviving that is a snowball chance in hell, and the likelihood of you even going outside in that situation is a snowball chance in hell. You bug in that situation. You don't want to leave. You try to defend where you're at. All these guys that have these bug out bags with who was the guy I saw, the Louisiana prepper or someone. He must have had 4 AR-15 mags, 4 Glock mags, a box of shotgun shells, a shotgun, 2 Glocks, an AR. I'm like, what is this guy doing? There's no food, no water. You're not going to war. You're not bugging out from Iraq, dude. You're going home. It was a get home bag, supposedly. Like you like, people honestly think you're gonna have to go to war with your neighbors. You don't. You're not. You know, like I said, an invasion, a country invasion, a tyrannical government, a martial law situation, something like that, maybe. But, you know, pull your head out of your ass with the whole gun thing and AR-15 stuff. I mean, just a simple Glock will probably do it in a situation that I'm talking about, to where you know, honestly, you're probably never gonna have to leave. You're never gonna use this shit for that. I use this stuff to go camping and hiking. That's my main use for it. So it's fun to do that, and it's fun to have this stuff because I use it. And you know, but it also helps in a survival situation when you have these kind of things and you have knowledge on how to use it. So, but honestly, guys, the likelihood of you ever having to use this in that situation is really slim. It's really slim. The likelihood of it mattering that somebody's gonna go, oh, he's got a tactical bag, let's gun him down. You know, honestly, a professional, someone like that is gonna be like, anyone with a bag, let's get him. Anyone. Doesn't matter what kind of bag it is, because any bag is gonna have something in it that somebody else wants. Greyman is about manipulation. Remember that. It's not about the bag. You know, it can be. A master can do it. You know, I mean, it helps. It's gonna help. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna help, because it will. But, like, don't think too much of it, you know. If, you know, the dorkiest, Joe Schmo, nerdiest dude in the world, Bill Gates kind of guy, could have a tactical bag and it would make no difference because he's Bill freaking Gates, right? You know, that's just the persona. He's a nerdy looking dude. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying. Kind of get what I'm saying with that? Like, if Bill Gates had a tactical bag, would you still be like, oh man, you're going to get sniped out? You know, honestly, anybody can get sniped out. That can happen to anyone. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for this video. If you enjoyed it, hopefully this one takes off like the other one did, because that'd be awesome. Like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you all. Peace and well-being.